read the psalm responsibly, the whole verse. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom then shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
When evildoers assail me to devour my flesh, my adversaries and foes, they shall stumble and fall.
Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise up against me, yet I will be confident.
One thing I ask of the Lord, one thing I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord, and to see God in the temple.
For in the day of trouble, God will give me shelter. Hide me in the hidden places of the sanctuary, and raise me high upon a rock.
Even now my head is lifted up above my enemies who surround me. Therefore I will offer sacrifice in the sanctuary, sacrifices of rejoicing. I will sing and make music to the Lord.
Hear my voice, O Lord, when I call. Have mercy on me and answer me.
My heart speaks your message. Seek my face. Your face, O Lord, I will seek.
Hide not your face from me. Turn not away from your servant in anger. Cast me not away. You have been my helper. Forsake me not, O God of my salvation.
If my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will take me up.
Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me on a level path because of my enemies.
Do not give me up to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and they are breathing out violence.
I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
Wait for the Lord. Be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord.
So I don't know if any of you ever do this, but sometimes I do this. It'll be the quiet of the morning, and my alarm isn't set to go off for another 30 minutes, but my mind has already begun racing. And quickly, my day has already completely unraveled before me, and I haven't stepped my feet into my slippers yet. I haven't sipped my coffee, or in my case, Mountain Dew yet, and I already feel defeated. You know, I just already feel like it's too much, and I'm still in bed. And I think this happens to all of us, right? Well, some mornings, when that pit starts in my stomach, I will catch myself. And I say to myself, today will be different. Today, I will listen fully when my children talk to me, and I won't twitch because I haven't checked my phone in 10 minutes. Today, I will not wear yoga pants unless I'm actually going to yoga, which never, ever happens. Today, I will look presentable when my husband walks through the door, and I will hug him. Today, I will not roll my eyes once. I will smile, and I will be present, and I will breathe deeply. Today, I will make a real dinner, and I will not overdose on caffeine. Today, I will not swear. I will pray more. And I will assume the best about others. Today I will be the best me I can be. Today will be different. And then, well, there is this great dichotomy, this tension, if you will, between how I want to live and experience life and how I actually live and experience life. That confident voice in my head that cheers me on saying, today will be different, can quickly be hushed by, I just want to get through the day. Or who am I kidding? Today will be the same as it was yesterday. Nothing ever changes. Or is it bedtime yet? Most of us go back and forth between confident declarations and feeling overwhelmingly underwhelmed. But even in my worst moments, I want to be different. Drudging through my life is a disgrace to the honor and the long shot that I have been given by God to live life fully. I want to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I even want to be the goodness of the Lord. But honestly, there are weeks when I know that I did not leave the world a better place. And I didn't even leave it unchanged. I mean, there are weeks when it's possible that the world is worse off because of my existence. Because it is true, I know this will come as a big shock to all of you, it is true that I am not sunshine and fairy dust every day. How does one? You are allowed to laugh in church. Every once in a while I'm funny. How God when we are so often just grinding it out. Daily struggles dotted with looming crises. Well, the psalmist today faces our same struggle, and he begins boldly. The Lord is the light of my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When evildoers assail me and try and devour my flesh, my adversaries and my foe, they shall stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise up against me, I shall be confident. This man has gotten up on the right side of the bed. There is no stopping him. Not an army, not evildoers, not computer malfunctions, not mudslinging, not the boss who has it out for you, and most certainly not a pile of laundry the size of Mount Everest. Today will be different for the psalmist. At least for the first 7 verses, and in my mind that's until about 10 a.m. when the coffee wears off and something breaks our confidence. A harsh comment, a less than stellar performance, an unfair judgment, and then suddenly all the props have been pulled out from underneath of us. And then today is just like yesterday, and we cry out to the Lord. Well, that's what the psalmist does. The psalmist calls upon the Lord to hear him, begs God to answer him and to be gracious to him. Now, me, on the other hand, I am usually not like the psalmist. I'm probably cussing, breathing sharply, and secretly wanting to scratch out the eyes of my foe, reinforcing the fact that I have failed my early morning mantra of not swearing and praying more. The psalmist does momentarily go down into a pit of despair, or what we would probably call like a woe is me moment. He feels like the entire world is stacked against him, even his family and his friends, which is probably the worst feeling in the world. Nothing seems true or solid. Everything and everyone comes into question. I know this feeling, and you probably do too. I have this word for it, and I call it spinning. The psalmist begins to spin, but he does something notable, which stops the spinning, or at least slows it down enough that he can get off the roller coaster. Something that I should probably take note of for tomorrow, because I'm determined that tomorrow will be different. When the world is a dizzying tornado about him, he doesn't hunker down and concoct another to-do list. He fixes his gaze upon the Lord. One thing I ask of the Lord, the one thing I seek, is that I may live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, and I may gaze upon the beauty of the Lord. He is single-mindedly focused on God. At least he is here. The supposed author of this psalm is David, so we know he wasn't always focused on God. We know that he was sometimes distracted by power and by women. But in this moment, he chooses to gaze upon the beauty and goodness of God. And that makes all the difference in his life. He knows that the secret of seeing in the dark places is fixing his mind on the task of gazing on the goodness of God rather than the badness of the darkness. It depends on what we look at. One of the reasons my todays end up looking just like my yesterdays is because my eyes dart everywhere. Everywhere but God. I mean, I have many desires. Some of my desires are fair and good, and some of my desires are self-interested and self-preservation. Some are shoved in my face and others I seek out. But the end result is I end up seeing more darkness than God. Strangely, humanity is often attracted to that which slowly sucks the life out of us, resulting in a living death. But God is on the side of life. God is on the side of an alive life. Now, before you say that this is a naive and passive response which only holds water in the confines of a religious institution, let me offer that expecting and believing and anticipating that there is goodness in the world, that God is to be found, that's a bold statement. It is nothing short of radical. The world would have us believe that we are on a super highway to hell. And there's evildoers at every corner. That's what we're told. And it does sometimes seem that way. But the Lord of my salvation reminds me that he's already been to hell, seen hell and defeated hell. The goodness of God can neither be prevented or vetoed. We need only look to Golgotha to know that truth. Now, the predictable line for me to say here would be, you have nothing to fear. God's got it. That's a little bit too easy. There are terrible things in the world, and there are hard things in your lives. And the truth is, gazing upon God and seeking to trust in his goodness doesn't change the fact that there are hard things, and we have real fears and real challenges. However, boldly standing in the promise of Jesus when all you want to do is crawl into bed and still proclaiming, I may not be confident of much, but one thing I am, is I want to see the goodness of the Lord in my life. That's how I want to wake up. Now, before you feel like I've tasked you with like step 11 and your 10 steps towards a positive living course, let me say that it is not up to us to manufacture strength or invent courage or concoct hope. That piece is God's job, and you can leave that piece up to God. But it's our job to seek the Lord the best we can, to try to believe that there is beauty in the world, and let our hearts grasp the courage that is given to us. And that will be enough saving grace for the day. Today will be different. Today I will cry out to the God when I am in despair. Today I will believe that goodness triumphs evil. Today I will be strong and courageous in the Lord. Today I will be soft and compassionate in the Lord. Today I will live in the land of the living. And when I fail, the grace of God promises that mercies are new every morning. And tomorrow will